anything but black. Right. And then her knees look like they needed to be scrubbed. You know, it looks like she hasn't really hit the gym. I mean, I haven't hit the gym, but you know,
but you're not always listening.
No, and I'm not always in the spotlight either. You know, but I mean, on that one I have to give it to Lauren London. We don't have a stunner this week because nobody, you know,
really
was really dressed and impressed.
Yeah. But a couple of people did look nice.
A couple of people did look nice. Like I said, you know, Lauren London looked amazing out of the two.
Yeah. Kenya Moore.
Kenya Moore, that is...
She's the Miss America from Miss USA and Miss Michigan from 1993. And as beautiful as she is, she's 40 years old.
Wow.
She's gorgeous and she looks beautiful. She looks really nice.
Oh gosh, and how about Notori? I didn't know if she was on the way to the beach.
I thought
in that maxi dress.
Yeah, I thought she was going to a cruise.
Keep in mind, it was the premiere, but afternoon, but you know, you gotta, I don't know, kick it up a notch. Even Cassie Davis, she was in a paisley.
I like her. She's
funny. I love her.
But you know, and everyone is not shaped the same as we talk about. You know, everyone is not meant to be small. Everyone's not meant to be.
That's what great amazing fashion stylists are for.
But you have to know what's flattering and appealing to your shape. And whatever she had on really wasn't.
It wasn't. It was just like a drape over her. Yeah, but Lance Gross, he looked amazing with his layered look. He's so sexy.
Yeah, he looked nice.
Yeah, and Keke Palmer. Oh my gosh, was she on her way to an interview or what? I just think everybody was kind of very lackadaisical.
Yeah.
I mean, but shout out to Tyler after him flipping out on Spike Lee this past week. You know, forget about the haters, Tyler. You know, let's just keep it moving. Your movie did $25.8 million. I mean, what else is there to say? Case closed.
Let the numbers do the talking.
Exactly, and let Spike do the walking. And Antoine Dodson. Hide your kids, hide your marijuana, hide your rolling papers,
hide all your drugs.
Yes.
Because he's smoking everything out there. Yeah, he was arrested for possession of marijuana
in Huntsville, Alabama.
Right,
speeding charges.
Speeding.
They pulled him over.
And also he had failed to show in court for a previous traffic violation.
And he had no insurance on the car. I believe that was a prior charge. As well as the failure to appear in court.
You know, once you become a celebrity, whether it's A-list or D-list or Z-list, you know, you gotta watch yourself.
And that was what, late Saturday night, and then he was released on bond Sunday morning.
Right.
So we love you, Anton.
Speaking of drugs, someone who's always in the public eye regarding drugs, Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, tisk.
She's basically been sentenced to 120 days. Plus 120 hours that she has to serve.
But wait, make that clear. 120 days, which is 4 months, right?
And then 120 hours. I've never even heard this. No. I've never heard this. At the LA County morgue.
Woo!
That's some service for your ass.
Yeah.
I'll do community service 10 times over than doing.
Well, maybe it's a wake up call in the sense of if Lindsay keeps on down that path, ODing with the drug use, you know,
that's true.
Then that's where you're going to end up, and that's real. So maybe that is a good thing for her.
That's true. But also on top of that, 360 days community service.
I think it's more than fair.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, she's been on a ride. She's only 25 years. She's going to be 25 years old in July. You know, recently she was arrested because she walked out of a jewelry store.
Yes.
With a $25 necklace, and I mean, allegedly tried to say that she was under understanding that the owner said that she could borrow it.
And the owner waited a whole day, 24 hours, before she even reported it missing because Miss Lohan had stated that she would be back to purchase a ring.
But never came back. Maybe she's just like, well, I'm Lindsay, you know.
You know, maybe, or maybe.
Put it on my credit. Send me an invoice. Maybe that she was thinking that
maybe
they were going to like send her something in the mail or something.
Yeah,
invoice me.
It's just that, you know, you need to keep your crew around you, like, you have to have grounded people around you, and it's obvious that Lindsay doesn't have any grounded people around her that are going to tell her like it is and shut her down with certain things.
Right.
You know.
But she's been on a long ride, like I said. You know, she's very young. But I mean, in the public eye, since she was a little child.
Yeah.
But I mean, when she started getting in trouble, you know, she's like went from bulimia to rehab, crashing her. This all starting in like 2006, crashing her Mercedes. Under the influence. Then she went back to rehab for the second time. 11 days after that, she gets arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol plus possession of cocaine. Then she goes to the rehab for the third time. Then they make her wear a scram alcohol monitoring bracelet. Shortly after that, she fails a drug test. Fourth time in the rehab, she's going again. And then allegedly assaults a female employee at the Betty Ford Center.
Yeah?
Well, I don't know. Withdrawal probably can aggravate you, make you do something.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And then after that, like I said recently, this whole necklace thing, you know, and then she was charged on account of felony.
And they dropped it, right?
Right. But yeah, exactly. They
misdemeanor?
reduced it to a misdemeanor.
I mean, but you know, let one of us in the hood do that, and
please, no, we straight behind.
We would have been exactly from 2006 because that's when all the drama started, right? And there wouldn't have been any second chances.
And then, like recently, she had violated her probation from a previous DUI, and now she's appealing that. So that's a lot. 25. Not even. She's gonna be 25.
I mean, but you know, I will say this. You know, when you are growing up in the spotlight, you know. It can go so many different ways, and with the drama between her parents and everything, I mean, she's spinning out of control, and I just hope that she gets somebody real, like I said, to kind of help her out, you know, before she goes off the deep end.
Yeah, I think that's what
it's not getting any better. It's just getting worse.
I wish you the best, but it doesn't look like it's heading any uphill. It's just slowly, snowballing downhill.
I really hope for the best for Lindsay and her family.
I do too. I like Lindsay. She seems cool. Not that I know her personally. She seems like she's fun to hang out with. I'm just joking. But anyway, speaking of the law, you know, we want to get into something a little bit more serious.
Yes, our news flash this week. According to the new stats at NYPD, more people than ever have been arrested in 2010 for a new measure that they're taking called stop and frisk. And what you have to understand is that in the city of New York, blacks and Latino males make up only 44% of the entire population here in New York City.
Wow.
However, they compose 85% of the pool for the stop and frisk. So 85% of the people the males that were stopped last year were males, Latin Latino. And so that means out of 600,155 people, 511,000, excuse me, were Black and Hispanic males here in New York. And that's enough to fill the state of Wyoming with that number there. And 7% of them, only 7% were arrested out of all those stopped and frisked. So it's sort of...
So 93% of them were just like let go. There was no...
It's just, I mean, I'm going to call it like I see it. That's harassment if only 7%, because then what was the real reason that you even stopped them in the first place? I mean, on 86th in Lexington, are they stopping Joe Schmo on his way home from work? You know, and nobody wants to talk about it, but it's real. You know, a lot of the gentlemen there stopped on their way from, and you know, we did quite a few interviews, as you'll see. You know, they stopped in front of their own homes, in front of their own buildings, minding their business.
Anywhere, driving, and they're, you know, just not doing anything wrong, and just like targeted, you know, wrongfully. And this is what, you know, we've conducted, you know, you'll see.
Hi, I'm Lori, and you're watching the Paradox Report. And today we're taking you into the streets to find out if NYPD is a threat to inner city communities. So I have a gentleman here, and can you tell us what your experience has been, if any at all, with NYPD?
They harass. They out here to harass. That's their job. They're not out here to help. They don't help. They don't support. They just harass. That's what they do.
So, have you ever been arrested or convicted for a crime that you haven't committed?
Yes.
Okay. And do you want to kind of elaborate on that?
I'm not gonna go too much into detail, but they go in. They go in. They will definitely put anything on you that they can. I'm just coming back from something that they tried to put me on, but I waited until I ran until they found the people that they actually did it, but they tried to put it on me. That's what they do.
Do you feel like it's becoming an epidemic?
105th precinct. They dirty. Yeah, it's an epidemic. It's been an epidemic.
Okay, and now are you in groups when they're coming to harass you, or are you by yourself?
You be by yourself in groups. That's why I switched up the dress code. When you switch up the dress code, you know, you stay out of their radar. Yeah, you stay off their radar.
So you think that the dress code has a lot to do with why they target youth or individuals?
Yeah, of course.
So if you have two guys standing next to each other, one has on, he's well dressed and casually dressed, as opposed to another young man who might,
next to each other?
Yeah. Well, not next to each other, in the same area,
But have you noticed a difference personally since you have changed your dress code? Okay.
They don't bother me. They don't bother me now. Now they don't bother me.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's.
They bother me at all. But they out here still. They circling for no reason.
Now, do you know anyone who is currently serving a sentence for a crime that they have not committed? Or going to trial for a crime that, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that they did not commit?
Yeah, my man while asleep, he just beat it. He's home.
And what do you think, if anything, can be done to resolve the situation?
What needs to be done is all the police that's out there right now need to be fired, and they need to rehire a whole staff of police, but the police need to be from the district that they patrol. That's what I think. Personally, I think that they need to be from the district they patrol, and that'll cause a lot less animosity. They come out here with an animosity. They come out here with an animosity level towards us because they're not from here. You know what I mean? If they were from here, they wouldn't come out with the same animosity. Plain and simple. So you fire the police that's out here, and you put the police from the neighborhood out here. I guarantee you they won't come out the same way.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The interviews that we conducted on camera, but we also did a lot of off-camera interviews because there were people that weren't willing to come on camera. But what we did get from everyone was that they basically were just, for no reason, they couldn't even understand why they're being harassed for no reason.
And keep in mind, we're only talking about stop and frisks. We're not talking about, the gentlemen who are injured during these arrests or harassed or threatened or anything of that nature. And, I myself, coming up out of my own house during school, I was going to Dunkin' Donuts a few blocks up. An officer actually referred to me as a street walker. He implied that I was street walking in front of my own home, asked me for my ID. So, it is mostly Hispanic black men, but like when that happened, I was sort of like, and I personally reported them. That just is what it is. You gotta feel uncomfortable. Like, I mean, it's disrespect because
violated.
Is it gonna happen, in Howard Beach? Are they gonna run up on Susie Q's front yard and harass her brother? Right. Has it happened? I mean, when I Google NYPD and false arrests or anything, all that comes up are African American men.
Hi, I'm Yolanda and you're watching the Paradox Report. I'm standing here with a gentleman. And today's question is the police, NYPD, a threat to the inner city community?
Yeah, I believe so, because a lot of the police that police this neighborhood is not from out here. So you get somebody that doesn't live around here, policing the neighborhood, jumping out, frisking young men.
For no reason. For no
reason. I'm not saying that everybody's right, but for you to just look at somebody and jump out and frisk them.
And they've done that to you?
Oh yeah, man. Numerous times.
And do they give you a reason, or they just...
Nah, they just jump out, search you. I done seen them drop people's pants.
Really?
Make people drop their pants and check the crack of their behind, so they could, check to see if they have drugs on.
Have you ever been personally, or do you know anyone who's been personally like assaulted or like roughed up or anything like that?
Definitely.
And there's nothing. And when they do this, like, are they giving explanations or?
There's no explanation. The explanation is you black. Take your ass inside the house because you shouldn't be outside.
So that was my next question. You think is it because of the area, the neighborhood, the skin color?
I'm saying
they think you're doing something illegal that you shouldn't be doing, or what do you think? I'm just asking questions, honestly.
Being that the income of the area is not a high income area, it's medium class, they feel like they can do what they want because a lot of people don't have the money to sue them or press charges and do what they have to do and know their rights. So a lot of people, they like, I know I don't got no money for no lawyer, so at the end of the day, I'm just gonna take that or eat that, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't go to jail. You know what I'm saying?
Right.